Well, good morning, folks. It's the morning after the election, and it was a pretty stinging defeat. Um, it forces men to do some more soul searching to find out, what's going on. What happened. What happened to common sense. And I sat there and I thought about it. And I was listening to the news and. They talked about how much money was spent on the election, and something just dawned on me. You know, um, you know, Obama didn't get a resounding. Oh, he didn't get this mandate. He didn't. I think he won by what 500,000 or 1,000,000 votes. Um, so by no means the mandate that he had the first time. But a win is still a win. Let me tell you a few things that went on. They both spent a lot of money. I heard the candidates and stuff. It was upwards of about $1 billion spent. But then I got to thinking about this. Obama had access to and spent almost $1 trillion. Listen, $1 trillion. Not, I mean, 1,000 times more than what Romney spent. Maybe not 1,000, probably, let's say 900 times more than what Romney spent. And you say $1 trillion, are you out of your damn mind? No, let me tell you how. And Republicans gave him the ability to do that. And what I mean, now think about this. Where did Obama win? A lot. He won big with the unions and the illegals. Oh, I mean, Hispanics, blacks. Basically, the groups that are heavily dependent on the government. Now, the ones who get the free Obama phones. Yeah, give me my Obama phone. Okay, now, $1 trillion. Now, here's how I get to that number. That money that was used, to, quote, bail out the car companies, okay? The car companies it's not like they didn't have money to, for tires and tools and metal and glass. That's not what the money went for. The money went to bail out the pensions, the retirement funds. Now, I want all you people out there, okay? I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. You just got yourself a day job, okay? And you put a little bit of money in your 401k so that eventually someday when you retire, you'll have a little bit of money, okay? Because you don't want to be dependent on the government because we see what the government does. Now, if your 401k goes down, the government's not going to step in there and bail you out. But what they did, see, the fact is the car companies had enough money to build cars and pay wages. They had that money, people. The money was there. What they didn't have the money for was to pay all these cushy pensions that the labor unions over the decades have extorted from management, okay? And, back in the, 50s and 60s and stuff, and, maybe even into the 70s, that stuff was, maybe even, maybe early 80s. But what happened is they started, they extorted all these just crazy-ass deals. And so much of, thousands of dollars of every car goes just, to make a car, the purchase price goes into just paying for pensions, okay? Legacy costs. And what's happened, well, you know what? It's not just, Dodge, Ford, and Chevrolet anymore. Now you got Honda and Toyota and Lexus and BMW and Saab and all these other car companies that are siphoning off purchases from the American car company. Well, now we're not selling as many American cars, which means you can't afford to keep paying for these pensions. So the unions extorted deals that couldn't, long-term, just couldn't be paid for. And so this bailout, this $1 trillion bailout, you know, that, oh, we saved the auto companies. They didn't save shit. They didn't save a damn thing. All they did was bail out the unions. Folks, if you got a 401k, you ain't getting bailed out. In a matter of fact, there has been chatter over the last couple of years. The damn government is going to come after your 401k because there's trillions of dollars in it. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to take it and hand you an IOU. They're going to take your money. They're going to take your wealth that you've worked decades to put aside, and they're going to blow it. They're going to spend that damn money. Look at Social Security. What was it, in the 70-something? They took Social Security, used to be out of the general budget. It was never part of the general funds. Then they decided, wow, look at all the money in there. We got to have it. Boom! They put it in the general funds and just started passing out IOUs. And now we're, you know, basically Social Security's going insolvent because there's not freaking money to pay for it. Okay? That's what they've done. You know, here's the problem. If you raise taxes and get more money, they just spend it. They don't pay anything down. You know, if you cut taxes, which is good because people get, you know, keep more money, revenue to the government goes up. It does. Look under Bush. When he cut taxes, the government got more money because people buy more. They stimulate the economy. Problem is with that is the more money they get, the more money they spend, and then that's what their benchmark is. So, you know, but Obama spent $1 trillion. He bailed out car companies. Well, not car companies. He bailed out the pensions. Okay? Obamacare. That didn't solve a damn thing. People, listen to me. Okay? Listen to this and verify what I say. I challenge you to dispute me. Okay? When they started Obamacare, their whole thing was 42 million people in America don't have insurance. Well, that's a load of horse crap because 12 million of them are illegals. Okay, now you're down to 30 million. And then you factor out the two other big groups, the 20-somethings that think they're invincible. They're not going to get sick, so they don't want to spend the money on it. They would rather go out drinking and partying and eating out and stuff like that. Okay? And then people who are wealthy enough, they self-insure. They think it's a bad investment to spend $1,000 a month on insurance. You know, they invest that money and they make a bunch of money back, and then later in life when, you know, maybe they get a little less healthy, then they'll go out and buy insurance. Okay? You factor all that out, it was 10 million people. 10 million people was the only people without insurance. Well, now guess what? And go look at this, because I'm here to tell you. America has been duped, and I'll tell you why they've been duped. Because they're idiots. Maybe idiot's too strong of a word. They're just ignorant. Okay? Ignorant. They stick their head in the sand. They are products of this wretched government education system. They don't teach civics. They don't teach economics. Okay? And you get these people, so long as they get a pittance back from the government, they think they're coming out ahead. And, you know, what they've done, Obamacare is a joke. But what he's done, you know, he goes out and says, oh, I'm going to insure all these people. Okay, 42 million are without insurance. Well, guess what? You go look at who the White House has passed waivers onto, like the politicians, labor unions, certain religious organizations, primarily the Muslims, who feel that insurance is, quote, paramount to gambling, which is against Islamic law. So 2.5 million Muslims are exempt. Anyway, they exempted prisoners. They exempted illegals. They exempted people at or below the poverty line from having to buy into Obamacare. So you add all these groups up, 59 million. 59 million people have gotten waivers. They don't have to participate in Obamacare. Those were the same people who comprised the 42 million. They don't have to have insurance. So 42 million for the president, that was a problem. We gotta have national health care. Well, now he issued waivers. Now there's going to be 59 million that don't even have to participate. Well, last time I looked, 59 million uninsured was more than 42 million uninsured. People, think about what the hell he's doing to you. And you think this man who's now unbridled, who doesn't have to worry about re-election, you think he's going to somehow pull to the middle? This man is a socialist. He is this man hates him. He's an American-hating son of a bitch. He's going to go after guns. I'll tell you, you folks who embrace your Second Amendment rights, or those who don't want to own a gun but think the Constitution ought to be followed, this man is going to go after handguns. He's going to go after assault rifles. He's going to put this fancy little spin on it and say, I have no problem with hunters. You can go out hunting. You can have a shotgun. Okay? But he's going to go after everything else. And he's going to say, I'm all for the sportsmen, but we don't need the same weapons the military uses. We don't have the same weapons the military uses. Okay? Don't fall for that load of horse shit. You know, and I'm sorry to get vulgar, but I'll tell you what, I just feel betrayed after last. The American electorate, I thought we were better than that. I thought we wanted independence and individual freedom, not dependence on a damn government handout. Why don't you rats why don't they have a big government line and all you little rats, government rats that voted for that son of a bitch, go line up and get you cheese. You know, Rush Limbaugh was right when he said if we divided this country in half and put the Republicans on one side and the Democrats on the other, it wouldn't be a week before the Democrats were tunneling under trying to get to the Republican side. And that's 100% right, and Rush was right on that. You know, people, you have been snowed by this. This president has he used and the Republicans in Congress. You went along with this, and you sons of bitches, you are criminals. And I'm shocked that the American people allowed a president to be reelected who sat idly by and watched 4 Americans die in Libya. Who sat there and said to the Russian Medvedev that you tell Mr. Communist Putin over there that when I'm reelected, I'll have more room to do this. Obama's going to gut the damn military. He's going to gut our ability to defend ourselves. He's mothballing our Navy fleet. He's dismantling our nuclear weapon threat. He's trying to return us to no better than his ancestors who were living in huts and eating bugs over there in Kenya. We're better than that. We're better than this president. And damn it, America, you need to stand up. Well, you know what? I'm ashamed you didn't stand up. You didn't do the right thing. You put this man back in office. Shame on you. Shame on you. And I'll tell you what, I'm hoping that those in Congress will look at it. I hope this son of a bitch gets impeached for his actions. Gun running to Mexico. Gun running to Mexico. Hundreds in Mexico have died because of the actions of this administration. This administration, this man is a traitor. He has sent weapons to the rebels in Libya. Who are the rebels? Do your damn homework, America. Who are the rebels? It's Al-Qaeda. That is a big chunk that makes up the rebels. Our president armed the same people that flew the planes into the towers of New York in 2001. Oh, but as long as you're getting your damn Obama phone and your free little handouts, and you get the slick speeches from this pinhead, oh, that's all fine. Oh, Mammy, just give me my Obama cheese, Mammy. You know what, America? We get exactly what we voted for. Unfortunately, 49% of us have to sit here and go along for the ride. And there's nothing we can do. All we can do is roll the windows down and yell because we don't have control of the gas pedal. We can't reach the brake, and the steering wheel ain't within our control. So all we can do is roll the windows down and yell. That's it. We're going off a fiscal cliff. $454 billion a year is what we pay just in interest. Just in interest. 1 year, $454 billion is what the interest costs us to pay on the national debt. That's the $16 trillion that we've borrowed. Why did we borrow it? Because what the government gets and what they've plundered from Social Security and everything else isn't enough. They need more. They want more. They buy votes. They got to have that power. They got to keep doing it. You know, there's nothing we can do. We're going off a fiscal cliff. You know, and there's nothing we can do. Folks, hold on. Hold on. You know, we're going down. You know, there's not that many lifeboats. You know, we are a divided country. You know, and we all have to live by what's happened here. All I can hope is Congress, and I got no faith in John Boehner. That guy's an idiot. So is Mitch McConnell. Where have they been the last? Well, I'm glad they haven't said anything the last 6 months because they're idiots. They're ineffective. But if they have a conscience, they will bring this president up on charges. He's committed treason. He's armed our enemies. He's supplied weapons to drug cartels. He sat idly by and watched 4 Americans die. And he gets reelected. I do not recognize this country anymore. There was a time when few would ever fear to attack us in the way that we were attacked, for fear that the president would retaliate. But we've done nothing. What he did is he went on an apology tour. Oh, well, I hope you understand that the video that you weren't offended by, we didn't have anything to do in making it. The man needs to be impeached at the very least. He is not worthy of holding that title. You Americans that voted for him, you're duped. You are suckers. And that's being generous. You're downright fools for what you did. You based your vote in ignorance, in a reality that we've seen where it ends up. It ends up in Greece. It ends up not so well for the people. It ends up with 25% unemployment. It ends up with people going hungry. It ends up with a tyrannical government, even more so than it is now. You know, there's a point, and I keep waffling, between anger, just anger, and just disbelief of where we've ended up. And, you know, I'm going to pray for this country, but there's not much we can do. This man's out of control. Obama doesn't care. We've seen how he rules. He doesn't care about Congress. He just runs roughshod. What he can't do through constitutional means, he just rams through. And he doesn't. He basically sticks Congress in the eye and says, yeah, I did that, so what? And Congress they just back down. They're cowards. Mark my words, people, in 4 years, your gun rights are going to be curtailed. You're going to end up over $20 trillion in debt. Your income is going to continue to plummet. Your insurance costs are going to skyrocket. Food prices are going to continue to go up. Wages are going to go down. Unemployment's going to rise. Stock market is going to fall substantially. It's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of pain. And the one man that had the ability to fix it was rejected, and that was Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney doesn't do it because he likes the power. He doesn't care about the power. Mitt Romney sincerely wanted to fix this country, and he had the ideals and the skills to fix the country. You know, go look at what I said. Listen to it. Go verify it. If you want to challenge me, I welcome that. For those who want to just sit there and say, "Oh, you're just fat." Hey, I lost 11 pounds in the last 2 weeks. So now you'll have to he'll have to come up with something just a little bit more substantial and on point than that. So I hope God is with this country. You know, I would hope that Obama has a change of heart, but it's not his nature. But America, we need to stand up. We need to hold our leaders accountable. There's going to be some pain in the next 4 years. I hope this country can hold on and not be so fundamentally changed in a way that we can't get back to our founding principles. 4 years, I think Obamacare is here to stay. I think it's going to be difficult to repeal it. I mean, it certainly is repealable after 4 years. I think we can get rid of it. But I think you're going to have so many people just dependent on that, on Obamacare that no politician would dare say, you know what? No, we're done. We can't afford it. So I think I'm just going to go to work and just do what I can for myself. Keep adding to my food storage. Keep keep some water. Keep some guns and bullets, and keep talking about the things that I know to be true, to be correct, to be constitutional, and just hope that we can hang on 4 years to where we can reach up and unlock the door, open it up, and replace the guy who's steering the ship. So God help this country, and God bless us all. I hope His blessings will be there.